I wake up with Bo and Jim every morning.
Are we going to be part of the explosion?
Yeah, it's going to blow up right in front.
Done.
Well, you look like a pro out there. You've been in a race car before, right?
Yeah, I actually got to race over in Charlotte, and that was with Gillette and some of the NASCAR drivers. They taught me a few tips, but I got to do a little bit of racing for 12 rounds, and it's only fitting that we're here in the Texas Motor Speedway with a police car.
Well, see, y'all don't watch because you don't know. That thing with the hidden camera catching Vicky Guerrero and Big Show.
I had to get to WrestleMania, man. Anything to get to WrestleMania.
That was priceless. That's one of those moments. That's a DVD moment.
Thanks, man.
That was good.
Bo is a wrestling fan.
Oh, I watch
so
it.
he wants to ask you a bunch of questions.
That's fine, man. That's fine. The lines are open.
Okay, because see, there's some good storylines going on.
Yeah, okay.
But my favorite is Chris Jericho beating up all the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Because see, we had Roddy Piper on one.
Right.
And I don't like seeing Rowdy get beat around.
Hot Rod's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Love him.
If you ever see him again, ask him to tell you the story about wrestling Victor the Bear.
You got it.
Victor the Bear.
You got it.
No, tell him Bo and Jim said ask about Victor the Bear.
You got it. No problem.
And
No, you've got this.
No.
Go ahead.
And I wanted to ask about
We've been wanting to talk
Randy
to you for a long
Orton sitting at home in St. Louis, and here comes Triple H busting through the door.
Little breaking and entering on national TV. Never
that was
heard
good.
anybody. Yeah, that was really good.
So who you wrestling at WrestleMania?
I have a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's me against Big Show against Edge.
Now, are you going to be here when Monday Night Raw comes to Dallas?
I will be, and that is our last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. That's March 30th.
For WrestleMania?
No, he's after 12 rounds open, so I got a little bit more post-promotion to do for the movie, and then literally I'll get to Houston April 3, just in time for the Hall of Fame, April 4, and then see Stone Cold get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And then,
aren't the Von Erichs supposed to get
Eric's
inducted?
supposed to get
Yeah.
inducted as well. So
Sportatorium days around
that's right.
here, you know?
That's right. And then the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, April 5th.
Man, you're a busy guy.
Well, yeah, it's a busy spring for me, man.
He's such a good guy too. See what's going on. Have you ever wanted to be a heel though? Have you ever? Because I'd want to be a heel.
I think that time for me will come, but right now I'm really satisfied where I'm at. It's really it sounds really cheesy and cliche, but it's so flattering. Not only to see little kids like wearing a T-shirt and really having fun, but the most flattering thing for me is when parents, especially parents of these young kids, come up and say, you know what, keep doing what you're doing. You're the reason my kid watches, and you're a role model for my kid.
Did you see that movie with Mickey Rourke, the wrestler?
I did.
Yeah.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he did a hell of a job.
And we're not in the business, but it looks like that's kind of the way it would probably be.
Well,
you're still young in the business.
No, but that's kind of a bookend scenario. Those are places where young upstarts kind of get their passion, and then the old guys, when they can't let go, that's where they kind of end up. So I mean, I've wrestled in those VFW halls and the flea markets. That's how you start out.
Right.
And for a lot of guys who really can't hang it up, that's where you end up.
Well, I was getting back to Jericho and the legend, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Flair. Who were your wrestling heroes when you were growing up?
I had one guy, and that was the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Really?
He was my guy, and
Brother.
That's right, brother.
We had Hulk Hogan on too.
But I was fortunate enough. My dad was such a wrestling fan. I grew up with all of it. I grew up with World Class. I grew up with AWA. I grew up with NWA. But for me, the then WWF was everything. It's just maybe because Hogan was how he was, brother, and he was larger than life, and everything.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. But he certainly was my favorite.
I was going to ask you about Killer Kowalski. Didn't you grow up close to him? He just passed away.
He did just pass away, and God rest his soul. But his school was about 20 minutes from my house, but it was kept such a secret before all these television shows made the art of becoming a wrestler popular. Like, I never knew about this, and this is right in my hometown, 20 minutes from my house. I had to move out to California, and in a lucky conversation with somebody, I was ready to quit and move back home. this guy was like, hey, man, I'm training to be a wrestler. Why don't you give it a try? You can train to be a wrestler? You kidding me?
Really?
Of course. So, I jumped in a ring, and I haven't looked back since.
And you're good at it, too, because you got a good rap, 'cause
Well,
it's one thing to have the ability. It's another thing to have a rap.
I just kind of go out there and I be me. I just, I've had to kind of evolve my personality over the years, but I really just get to go out there and you can tell I'm having fun. You can tell when I'm pissed off, I'm pissed off. When I'm enjoying myself, I'm enjoying myself.
You ever been pissed off because somebody hit you too hard with a folding chair or something?
Absolutely. And there's one or two ways you can handle that. You can take the way of staying down, or you can get back up and knock their lights out.
Yeah.
And you've done both?
Or knock their lights out in the dressing room later and say, man, that was too hard.
There's no justice to shots behind the camera. If I'm going to knock somebody's teeth out, I want that on TV.
We want to
so
see it.
At least I can brag about it.
We want to see it.
Now, besides wrestling, you have other things that are going on in your life. You got a new movie, 12 Rounds.
Yep, 12
This
Rounds
is
is
your
coming
second
out
movie.
March 27th. This is my second movie.
Filmed in New Orleans?
Filmed in the city of New Orleans.
So we used to
Yep.
live in New Orleans,
Yeah.
so we wanted to ask you where they filmed.
Man, we filmed all over the place. We filmed in the 9th Ward. We filmed right
The
across,
9th Ward.
Yep, we filmed right across the river. We filmed a little bit in the Garden District. We were right on Bourbon Street. We were downtown by the Superdome. We pretty much were everywhere.
And in this movie, you're a cop.
Yes, indeed. I play a beat cop who gets promoted to detective after he makes an unbelievable bust, but it's almost by accident. So I'm spending the whole first half of the movie wondering if, I've made the right choice. And then this guy who I put away breaks out of prison, says he's gonna, get revenge on what I did, by putting him up the river. Takes my girlfriend and makes me go through these 12 rounds, which are 12 challenges through the city of New Orleans. And it's cool because it shows off a lot of the city. And you guys, having lived there,
Yeah.
we're not force-feeding it to anybody, but you guys will recognize literally everything.
Yeah, that's
good,
why I
good.
want to see it, because I want to see
Yeah.
what I recognize there.
You're also a car guy. You collect cars.
Indeed I am.
And some of them one of a kind, I read.
Yeah, I'm a big old muscle car fan, so I guess if that's my one vice, at least I won't have the behind the music that I was addicted to drugs or anything else. I'll just have a big old garage. Full
So
of
what do you have, a Road Runner?
I have a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird.
Damn.
Cool.
Yes.
I have a 1971 Plymouth Hemi Roadrunner that's actually one of two cars that was ever built for Canada. So that's a pretty rare bird. My favorite is a 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge, Ram Air 4.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Really, really cool cars. I just like the outrageous style. There's nothing like a rumble of a loud V8, and they're really cool to cruise in, man.
And I found something in Wikipedia, and I have to ask you
Well,
because
if it's
you
in
never
Wikipedia,
know.
it's true.
You never know if it's true. But you're a big comic guy. You like animation.
Indeed, I do. I like cartoons. Not necessarily comic books, but like the funny cartoons they got on like Family Guy, The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
I'm addicted to Adult Swim, all the programs they got on the Cartoon Network. So
A Simpsons guy. All right.
Are you a robot chicken man? too?
loves me
My
some
son loves robot
yeah,
chicken.
Yeah, I love that.
And when we're doing our radio show, for some reason, no matter what the story is, it'll end up around as a Simpsons reference, right?
Yeah,
We'll say
yeah.
something will happen. Say, remember that time Homer? And we'll quote some episode.
Yeah.
Now, the last movie, The Marine. Who was that woman that was the dark-haired bad girl? That was Robert Pattinson? Who the hell
She was evil though. She wasn't my taste. I'm a good guy.
I know, but your wife was real cute and everything. But this woman, this woman was like, damn.
Yes, she
So
was.
you need to rent the DVD just so
right.
you can
She was
slow
nice.
it down when she's taking off her,
Yeah. yeah.
underwear.
Making PG-13 a little risque.
You still hadn't told me her name, though.
Well, you'd have to go a long way to catch her. She was an Australian native. So she's about 14 hours by plane away from
Well,
us.
it's not like we would have a chance anyway. She probably wouldn't give us the time of day, out of morbid curiosity. Good luck with the movie. Good luck at WrestleMania, John Cena.
Thank you.
All right, John.
I love Bo and Jim.
Rock on, amigos.